Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Another Auditor General's report and more news about how this government is failing Albertans. Yesterday, the Auditor General said he can't make recommendations on how to improve accountability as a whole because he doesn't know who to follow up with. He even said that there is an accountability vacuum. This is a shocking statement considering this government keeps telling Albertans that they are raising the bar on accountability. To the Minister of Accountability, Transparency and Transformation, if the Auditor General doesn't know who to report to, then what is this minister going to do to fix it?
Honourable Minister.
We're very proud of our commitment to the improved accountability and transparency across this government. In fact, the Audit Committee, which I co-chair with the individuals from private sector, is directly in touch with the Auditor General. But I want to actually quote something from the Auditor General's report for you, Mr. Speaker, and that is on page 6. The Auditor General states, and I quote, "The fact that none of our audit reports on financial statements contained a reservation of opinion means that Albertans can be sure that they are receiving high-quality information from the government on the province's actual financial performance." Mr. Speaker, the Auditor General is quite clear that Albertans are getting the right information.
Well, Mr. Speaker, that's just one part. Let's ask the Minister of, what's his name again, Accountability, Transparency and Transformation to see if he can get this question without embarrassing himself. Given that the Auditor General's scathing review of the government's lack of accountability, does the minister just not want to be accountable to Albertans for what's really going on?
Mr. Speaker, I'm very proud of this government's record on accountability. Under our Premier's leadership, we are delivering unprecedented accountability and transparency. Mr. Speaker, let me give a quote that Michael Smith, a columnist from the province of British Columbia, said about our record. "The warts and all Alberta disclosure system has been operating for a few months now and has been hailed by freedom of information advocates as Canada's new gold standard for open."
Members, the Grey Cup is about 3 weeks away. Let's save our cheers for them. They really don't belong here in the House, neither from the opposition members, neither from the government side. Outbursts like that just aren't neat, not at all. Supplementary, please.
Oh, Mr. Speaker, I just love when this minister gets up. Foot mouth, foot mouth. It's amazing. To the Health Minister. If you can't assure Albertans about the basics of sterilization of medical devices, food safety, and people simply washing their hands, how do you expect Albertans to be confident in how you're running the healthcare system?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the Auditor General was careful in his remarks yesterday to indicate that his findings do not in any way bring into question patient safety and quality of care in our healthcare system. What he did say, Mr. Speaker, and I agree with him, that a 66% compliance rate for our hand hygiene policy across the province is unacceptable. Mr. Speaker, we saw some improvement over the last year, about 20%, but there is certainly a long way to go, and I welcome the Auditor General's recommendations about how to increase compliance and accountability.